earlier this week, this happened at Downing Street in the very heart of London. And this particular image, let me tell you, divides the United Kingdom. Some people, of course, naturally happy to see President Zelensky, while others truly think this. But now there's a bigger problem. As ever, let me explain. Morning, lovely to see you. Thank you so much. In a nice sunny moment here in the very heart of London town today. Nice bit of greenery as well, isn't it? Just lovely, you know. You kind of think, well, after all the bad weather, there's always good things, isn't it? Mother Nature replenishes itself. If only it did the same for us. You imagine waking up and looking better than you did before you went to bed. It's frightening, isn't it? You wake up and you find a new crease. Hate that word wrinkle, don't you? A new crease, a new line, you kind of think, whatever. I thought I looked all right when I went to bed. Now suddenly you look like yesterday's washing all crumpled up in the corner. It's just me. Well, there's no need to be rude as ever. Yes, well, we'll get back, of course, to your story of the day. As I say, this happened earlier this week on a more serious note. And literally, it divides the country. And for obvious reasons, because each time this particular individual turns up, the President Zelensky, he always turns up to me looking like he stepped out of an Action Man box set, you know. Could he never, ever look smart, particularly when you're asking for money or indeed looking for, shall we say, people to be on your side over here in the United Kingdom? Maybe changing the view, the image, might make people think absolutely 100%. Now, here's where it gets interesting, you see, because over in America, as I pointed out the other day, the brand new president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, has literally done more in 6 days than the current government over here have done in 6 months. Well, that's unfair, of course. You know, they've managed to put the unemployment, people losing jobs, cut the winter fuel allowance and literally, well, disarm everybody, making life very, very grim indeed. But now one element that the president has actually won a lot of applause for over here is simply this, that he's requiring a full audit to all the money that has been given to literally Ukraine and their war fund and President Zelensky himself. He wants a full breakdown of exactly what happened to all that money. Now, this will come as no surprise to many people over here that we're not asking a very similar thing with our current government, headed currently by Sir Keir Starmer, the British Prime Minister. And apparently this has been pushed by certain individuals because they don't know what's happened to the money. Now, get this, in the whole period of that money being sent over there or given, ATM'd, whatever you want to call it, he's never once delivered a full breakdown, a spreadsheet, whatever you want to call it, to say this is what we spent the money on. Apparently, and as ever we have to say allegedly, well, seemingly he's just given the money and then leaves and goes back, and whenever he's short again, comes back again. Meanwhile, of course, Brits over here find out, for instance, that their churches, that's right, have been, well, denied funding by the current Deputy Prime Minister, Angela Rayner. All the while, of course, mosques are being protected with 24-hour security and millions given to them to make sure that they're safe. You see how this is two-tier justice, you understand? But what's more fascinating is this, that once the President of the United States get a full breakdown and audit of that money, then I feel that this will be very good for the British people over here, simply because we will be forced to do the same. And some people might suggest this could be the very final end of that very important and always open British ATM machine that apparently President Zelensky likes to come over and visit ever so often. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.